Welcome to the beginning of the new backyard garden. Jacques throwing some potatoes away. We actually got some surprise potatoes. I'll show you those in a second, but we are going to more or less completely redo this backyard garden. So if you remember, there are some square shaped beds here, about 6 foot by 6 foot. There's 3 of them here. There's one random one there. There's a herb bed right there. And then we had these little metal containers with the dahlias and such. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'll show you in an over-the-shoulder planning session real quick, but basically we're gonna bring this garden all the way over to the fence, all the way over to there, and all the way back here over the course of however many videos it takes. So this is step one. It's fall. It's a great time to do it. The philosophy, why am I doing something like this, that I just built this garden and now I'm gonna redesign it? Well, we didn't really build this garden. We kind of just put stuff in just so we could get growing in this first year. And we got a lot of success out of this backyard garden with peppers and tomatoes, and more or less everything we planted did pretty darn well. And so I'm just gonna expand it. I want row crops in the back over there. We want some trellises and shrubs and stuff like that over here. We're gonna do a classic grid over here, and then maybe a patchwork garden, more like for squash and melons and stuff like that, way over in that corner. And I want something that's more set in stone so that I know I can landscape around it and build around it, and it makes perfect sense. We are back at it for day 2. You can see it's looking a little sparse here, just trying to clear it all out. So the goal here is to mark out the edge of the actual garden with the white flags, and then the edge of each of the beds with the green flags. So once we clear this out, we're gonna mark it, but we have to go rent a tiller right now. The tiller is here. We got a Honda, a little bit beefier. You can see those tines are a little stronger. It's not ideal. We have a lot of work to till, but looks like we have old Hermit getting busy over here.
Had to cut the bad boy out again.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with the sickle. So we're just chopping down the cover crop because what we're gonna wanna do is, of course, till that material in. And Jacques, you've studied cover crops a decent amount. You got anything to say? Anything to share?
3 ways. You chop and drop it, you till it in, or you just take it away and compost it.
Yeah.
So those are your 3 main bets.
And I think we're probably gonna be doing a mix of chop and drop and till in. I don't think we're gonna save too much of this for the compost because we have a lot of organic matter we're gonna want to apply to this tilled area, this future tilled area. So let's get to it. Step 1, we still have some stuff in the ground. These are some kabocha squash that aren't all the way ripe. They're like 95% of the way there. So I'm doing something kind of weird. I'm gonna dig the root ball out and put them somewhere else so that hopefully keeps the plant alive long enough for them to ripen up all the way on the vine, and we can still work with this bed. the whole patch went with it.
Well, I guess that shows something.
That works. The first day is down. Didn't get as far as we thought we would, but it's okay. I had to run inside, do some work. Jacques did a little bit of the tilling. So basically we are tilling everything and then forming the pathways later because it's just easier to do that. But what we're gonna do is we'll start from this corner tomorrow and actually form a bed proper. So we have one anchor point from which to measure everything else out. So as long as those measurements are perfect and we're going in parallel lines to the rest of that, we should be totally fine. So you can see just how much material has been moved. And in this area, for example, which was a pathway before, it's not perfectly tilled up quite yet, but we're about 4 or 5 inches in there, and we'll mix some compost in there because this actually is going to be a bed area once this herb garden moves out of the way. We have not tackled the back yet at all, which is probably for a separate video. But over here, this will be where the 8th bed is, and we're gonna try to decide, okay, how close do we get to this tree? Do we forego the 8th bed and do something different? Nevertheless, looks like a total mess. Looks like a mess.
Sure, let's do a tilt test.
Yeah, let's do it. Ooh. That's a full shovel deep, and that's about 10, 12 inches. Yeah, that's enough for me because we'll be building the beds up as well. It is day 2. Sorry for the bad lighting. We are blocked by a tree here, but it's all good. Today we have to move this herb bed and try to save as many of the herbs as we humanly can. We're probably gonna lose a few, but the herb bed's gonna go over there because we need this space clear for all in-ground beds. The way we're gonna approach it is, pass me this one, Jacques. We're just gonna take like these sort of spades and try to slice, not necessarily just one plant at a time, but you can see like this thyme and oregano and this marjoram even, we may try to cut all that at once and just like slot it back in to the bed once we move it, because I want this herb bed looks great. I want it to remain that way. So we'll try to do that. Let's see how it goes.
Look at
Hold that up to the camera.
that. There you go. Oops, sorry. I just try to take them out. But yeah, there's one plant.
Yeah. Smells good.
It smells really good.
Yeah. Okay, we have excavated. You can see the remnants. I think most of these will come with. We're gonna remove. Actually, I think we can probably just pick this right up. Oh, great. Fell off. Welcome to day 2 of the project. Maybe this is day 3. I actually don't remember. Jacques, do you remember?
I actually don't.
We are in the thick of it. So what we've done here, as you can see, Jacques is standing where the herb bed used to be. So the question remains, where is it? Oh, it's right there. It looks really good. Let me show you. So we chopped all the plants out. We moved it over here. And the reason why is because number 1, we want to have this space clear, like I've mentioned. But there's going to be a pathway that comes straight on this side and goes into like a little breakfast nook area over there, and it's going to be nice to be able to walk right by the herbs to get that done. So now our job is to form up these first 4 beds here. The reason why I want to do the first 4 is because we pulled a string line so we know where the bed edge is going to be, and these flags, these green flags here, are perfectly measured. 5 foot, so 1 to 5 there, 2 foot gap, and then repeat for 4. So that's our next step. Okay, I'm chewing some sunflower seeds to relax, but we got this more or less planned out. Let me show you. So take a look. 8 beds, roughly shaped. The beans are gonna hold for a little bit. Jacques are putting down some cardboard. We just wanna make sure that these pathways remain somewhat clear. We're gonna cover them up with these wood chips, but it's a great opportunity to lay down some cardboard and just get a little bit of extra weed protection. We actually saw that when we dug up these beds to do this redesign, the cardboard was mostly rotted out and had kept weeds down really nicely. So if the strategy works, we're just gonna repeat it. It's the day after we finished forming this quadrant. You can see we've already made it some little changes, a little bonus there that'll be coming out on the main channel soon. But Jacques and I, let's take you around and just discuss some plans real quick. First of all, it looks good. Just look at it. We have these 2 feet pathways. You can easily get through this wheelbarrow. Actually, let's take a look. I'm pretty sure this rolls through. It's a little tight, but that rolls through pretty much perfectly. We can just stop this here. You can actually service 4 beds really nicely. I actually really like that. So that's the plan for this area. And the reason why it's these grids is because I want this to be the experimental garden, like America's test garden type of thing, where we can test different theories. But this is really only 1/4 of the entire fall garden redesign you'll be seeing for the rest of this year. So come back here and you can see, you know, what's gonna go on here. This is where our peppers and our tomatoes were. We're gonna put a somewhat larger pathway down this way, maybe even with some sort of stone or cobblestone or brick or whatever. But this area, we're gonna overwinter all these peppers, dig them up, taste test, probably make some sort of spice out of them. You'll see that soon on the channel. But then we're gonna till this because we need to extend it a little bit and probably plant it all with winter wheat, a little redemption arc on the winter wheat. But then as we go over here, that's only half the backyard. What we'll do is we're gonna have probably this path winding around this way like this. A little natural look because it's gonna come around this tree that's already existing. We gotta prune this tree up. And then in this zone, I'm creating a little breakfast nook, a little chill spot, a little hangout spot. And as you go back there, this quadrant is gonna be row crops. So we're gonna put our alliums in there, so our leeks, our garlic, our bulbing onions, probably gonna put some potatoes in this fall. That's just almost classic farming techniques over here, like small scale urban farming. And then in this zone, as you get over towards that water tanky area, that's kind of just like a patchwork garden. Not really sure what will go there. Maybe things like this melon patch could go there because it's a little more freeform. But all that to say, there's a lot more coming on the channel, and we got these kabocha squash harvested. So Jacques has us hanging these out in the sun. Good yield on these bad boys. So maybe pretty soon, Jacques, you're the cooking expert here. If we are experts at anything in this world, maybe you can show me how to make some sort of squash soup. But guys, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see us grow this fall in this area. Until next time, good luck in the garden and keep on growing.